Good evening, everybody. It's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from Peninsula in Virginia. And I'm here with another Create and Relate. Forgive me. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden it got really, really hot in here. And I just had like a coughing spell. Whew. It's hot, y'all. It's really hot. The AC is on and it's working. The fan is on, like directly on me, and it's working. I don't know if you can like see. And it's working, but oh Lord have mercy. Okay, so I did finish the turquoise and watermelon shawl. I have not picked up the Behold. As usual, I have like really big plans and goals for the day, and something always happens that hinders me. I'm not upset about it or anything, though. I mean, right now I am still a little ahead. If I had not started these other ones, I would be upset right now. But I'm not upset because I've got one complete package ready to go. This one needs, I think, like 15 more rows, and it's not really that big. Rainbow Princess is done. Virginia Peach is done. Bumpy Rose is done. I still have not come up with the name for the turquoise and watermelon. Like I said, it has to be something beachy without using the word sand or beach. Something that reminds you of the beach, not even water. I don't know. Water may work, but that when I think of beach, I think of sunsets, I think of shells, I think of sand, I think of umbrellas, the sun umbrellas. I think of blankets and sand castles and those boardwalks. Those are the types of things I think about. It did end up being pretty big. I have not measured a single one of them. All of that will come probably later in the week when I start photographing them. I want to have at least 5 complete packages done before I photograph anything. That's just me, I guess. I also got my shop up and running and Buy Me a Coffee. So it's set now, y'all. I'm official. So I have to start photographing my items. I'm still looking into sites to sell my work. So it's a lot involved. Everybody says it's easy, and for those who are capable in that area, it is easy. But for those of us who have to struggle a bit, it's not quite so easy. So, I'm still looking. And I know I wanted to say about those. Y'all, I really, really, really enjoy you all's lives. I enjoy I think her name is Seta. I enjoy her crochet with me's. I think they're absolutely great. Okay, who was like messaging me like they have lost their minds? And that's great. That's really great. It's family. Um, Give me 1 second, y'all. I am so sorry. Please, just give me one moment. I'm back. Thank you for your patience. And your understanding. So, as of right now, I'm working on the bag for Bumpy Rose. I also started on the bag for the beachy thing. I don't know. I'm thinking, I really don't know, guys. I mean, the name Watermelon was in it, and that is summery. But the teal is like the deep ocean or tropical paradise. Look at y'all. I love you guys. I don't know which one of you said it, but you sure sent it to me, and I thank you. That was not mine. That was one of you all. And I accept it wholeheartedly. And I know you can't even see this yet, but I put it out there, and the universe helped you to send it to me. Whoever you are, credit yourself for that one, because you did it. So we have Tropical Paradise. We have Bumpy Rose. We have Virginia Peach. I'm writing like a doctor right now. I normally write like a school teacher, like block letters and everything. But when I need to write stuff down really quickly, only I can read it. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bed. I have, okay, well, I think that one was Speed Trap. Okay, we have Speed Trap, and we have Simple Shells by Bag O'Day. I love the way she says her page name. I just think it's so cute. We have to come up with the name for the pink and green one. We also have Yarn is all over me, you all. Yarn is everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got Behold. We have we have the pink and green. Which does not have a name yet. Since that one is specifically for my aunt. And she is an Alpha Kappa Alpha. How about Auntie Alpha or Alpha Auntie? We'll play with it and see. That's another one I'm throwing out there in the universe, y'all. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Tropical Paradise. You know, and I wish I could explain it to you all how it happened. I sat here and I was talking about it, and I talked to you all like I can actually see you. I'm trying to learn to look at this little dot up here instead of at me down here. And I'm trying to learn to keep my eyes straight. I have weak muscles in my eyes, in case you didn't notice. I notice every time I look at these videos. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so cockeyed. Oh my God, I can see why they teased me so much when I was younger. But my eyes are still beautiful. They're mine. But I used to use a prism. My ophthalmologist, Dr. Jeffrey Roberts, I believe his last name was, when I was in high school, he gave me this tool, a prism, and I used to have to put it in front of, close one eye, put the prism in front of the other eye, and turn the knob until it went all the way out, and I would follow it. Show y'all something. I hope this doesn't make anybody sick because everybody usually finds it funny. Okay, here we go. But the purpose for the prism was to try to help me keep focused on keeping my eyes straight. The other thing that is supposed to help me keep my eyes straight is these. My mistake is that I find myself looking at TV in these, and then I get the worst headache. So I can use them while I'm crocheting. I really don't need them while I'm crocheting, but I am supposed to have them on when I'm typing and when I'm writing. I'll get it right. Excuse me, please. I'll get it right one day. But yeah, so get to work on these bags today. That right there is going to be the biggest holdup, because it's like I'll get to a certain point and this going back and forth and it doing nothing. That's where Tropical Paradise got me, because it was the monotony. I think what was fascinating about that though was that I was using the M hook, and I normally don't work with a hook that big, and to have that massive hook in my hand, I was just going to work, and it was working up so fast. But I don't want anything that large, even though I'm doing the moss stitch for the bags, because that's what I did for Speed Trap. And yeah, I just want to, I'm going to go ahead on and get the bags made. I think the next one is going to be, I don't know what you call it when you do the half double crochet chain one, half double crochet chain one. To me, it's a half double moss. I'm unrolling from the ball because all of this was crocheted up already. I told y'all I got a habit of frogging. I gotta have, all of this was done. I had 72 rows done, but it was a little too wide. I wasn't happy with the way it looked. It just didn't feel right when it was in my hands. And plus, that was time number 4. I try so hard. I try so hard to do a project without starting it 5 times. It's so hard, y'all. It is so hard. I feel like I'm missing some things. I am actually making little ticks for each row that I finish, because I am still keeping up with my stitches. The amazing thing is, I have already made my goal for today. I am really working on getting that deficit down. I am. guess part of that is because I stayed up all night last night. Whew. But I have taken a couple of naps today. That on top of everything. Every time I went out in the heat, I came in and took a nap. It was very warm. And then and I think I know why it gets warm in here. I have to have a fresh circulation of air, which is one reason my fan stays on 24 hours, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. And my window also stays cracked. And I think when we get a little gust of wind that blows through, then the heat comes in. It's only cracked like that much, but it's enough that it sucks the coolness right up. And the other thing is, my vent is right over my window. Like I said, we live on the bottom floor. We have 2 floors above us. So, and our floor is concrete. So, our vent, we have 10-foot ceilings, but the vent is way up there. When I was sitting over on that side, I think I was a little bit more comfortable because I was sitting right under the vent. But if you remember, I was doing a lot of coughing too. And the only times I really cough is when I get really, really hot or a lot of unnatural air. A lot of unnatural air. So I need to buy me a small portable fan so that when I have those hospital stays, I'll have my own fan. I had to turn my thermostat down to where I was comfortable when I was in the hospital, and because they didn't have an available fan, and of course it made it cold in the room. And everybody's under the assumption that I don't get cold. Yes, I do. I can just tolerate cold better because I breathe better in the cold. I don't like to sweat. I do not like to sweat. I grew up under the philosophy that cold, you can always put something on. You can always wrap up. You can always cover yourself. Hot, once you get down to the skin, there is nowhere else to go. And I'm a big girl, so I have body parts that touch body parts even when I don't want them to. That's not comfortable. I enjoy comfort. I enjoy comfort. I like being in that space, in that area. I don't know too many people who don't like that. So it's comfortable for me to breathe. The air is usually better when it's cooler. And when it gets cold, yes, I got chill bumps just like everybody else. My toes get cold and freeze up to the point that they get numb, just like anybody else. This turns red, these turn red, these turn red. Fingertips stiffen up. I'm human. I get cold. You know, my daughter and my grandson, bless his heart. Our thermostat stays right around 7. And we had come to an agreement that it would be on 71. Somehow it has worked its way up to 74. So I deal with it because my daughter's anemic. And my grandbaby, bless her heart, is nothing. My granddaughter's nothing but skin and bone. She frail, y'all. So I deal with the discomfort. Just turn the fan up to 2 instead of on 1 and stay in my room. I don't go outside anymore. It's too hot. But this little ninja had turned the thermostat down to 54. It was freezing in here. My daughter came in and she was like, Mom, I know you're probably comfortable, but I don't know what you were thinking when you, what are you talking about? No, 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 no. You know my comfort zone with that, and I have not touched it since I last put it on 71. I haven't. And she turned around and people's like, I'm sorry. And I said, little ninja, you got everybody in here freezing. What a snap. You what? You cold. Yes, I'm cold. I am cold. Y'all, you know what? I just had an idea. So I am going to do a tutorial with the skirt. I'm going to do a tutorial with these bags too, because they are so freaking simple. Oh my goodness, they're simple. It's just the simple moss stitch, but I want to learn and get comfortable with doing the tutorials. So I'm picking projects that would be easy for a beginner. When I teach face to face, I'm only hands-on when I need to be. So it's easier for me to talk someone through it than it is for me to show while I'm talking, and because I tend to do it too fast. That's why. And I need to learn to slow down. I do. I need to learn to slow down. I like the concept of Granny Setta's crochet with me. You know, I like that, you know, so maybe before I'm ready to venture into the land of live, maybe I will test out a couple. I said I was going to do the skirt first, and I don't know, the moss is a little simpler. It'll be somewhere between the two. It'll either be the bag or the skirt, but it's not going to be until at least August, because I've got to get these things done, and I need to stop living behind the 8 ball. I have got to stop stressing myself out. I'm going to end up back in the hospital. So I forgot to put my tick down when I ended that row. No worries, man. And I'm close to, but not close enough to my stitch markers right now. That's another reason I'll use them to help me count rows. Yeah, they're behind me, behind that door. But yeah, it's going to be one of these. Like I said, it's not going to be until like the at least the second week of August, when we get back from the family reunion and I have time to breathe. Then I will get on that. I've got a package coming either this weekend or the beginning of next week. I'm going to catch it for that one. I told y'all what it was. Y'all already know. So, and I told y'all earlier, I think I went to Walmart yesterday and got the skein of yarn that I needed, the cake of yarn that I needed. Right colorway and everything. The name of it was known. And when I got home, my daughter and I put all the groceries up. And I wasn't ready to work on this bag until this morning, like after the sun had come up. And I was tearing everything up looking for this yarn. I needed this yarn, and I couldn't find it. And I asked my daughter if she had seen it, and she hadn't. And I was like, I left my yarn at that store. So I go over this morning to get my yarn. And of course, when I went over yesterday, there were 5 cakes on the shelf. So when I grabbed one, that left 4. Went over this morning, there were none. This was the closest they had to it. And this is Mantra. Yeah, this is Mantra. It's lighter. It's this just about the same colorway. The only 2 problems is that it's a little lighter than the Gnome, and this has green in it. Trying to get the lighting so you can see the green. Okay, there it is. That is green. It's a beautiful, like, sea mist green, but I keep hoping that very little or none of it will be in the bag, because there is no green at all in that shawl. I was also thinking that maybe I could do like the really big tassels, or just one really big tassel at the tail of the shawl, or her shawl could be the one that gets fringes, and that way if green bleeds into the bag, there will be green on the shawl. So that, or the 4th and final option, cut it all out. Yeah, because it's just blues on the front and back side of it. I am ready for my second cup of coffee. Why didn't y'all tell me it was after 8 o'clock? I'm up here just talking like it's early. I guess because it's still light outside. My daughter did ask me to wake her up between 8 and 9. Whew. So I guess after I finish this, I can do 3 more rows. That'll be 10 rows while I'm talking to you guys. One day I want to call. Wow. I'm calling y'all now. One day I want to jump on and just sit and crochet with you guys. Let y'all see me in my quiet moment and kind of how my thought process works. Because when I'm sitting here and I'm crocheting and I'm in the zone, seems like that's the time that my mind would be relaxed. I find myself with an ink pen or a pencil in my hand and a piece of paper, and I'm drawing things. I'm drawing out patterns. I showed y'all how I do patterns. I seriously need a pattern writer. I do. I'm horrible at writing patterns the way other people write patterns. Mine make perfect sense to me. But it's just diagrams and numbers. I'm very atypical. I am very atypical. So well, y'all, I have less than 2 rows to go. Yeah, but I want y'all to just see what a moment of my time looks like. Maybe learn how to turn background music on and just spend some time with kitty crocheting. I know I generally don't even show this much of my crocheting. The way it was before I had my phone, and I always had to prop it up on something, so it was like only showing G.R.O.W. And I was always having to sit in the chair like this if I wanted to show that I was crocheting. And that was hurting. I'm so sorry, but it was hurting. And like I told you, my auntie told me, anything that hurts you is not your friend. So when I thought about the Chromebook and we were able to find the power cord and got it hooked up, then at first I had it like that. And I was crocheting down here. So you could see my hands moving, but you couldn't see what I was doing hardly. And I finally told myself, hey, the screen is adjustable. All you have to do is work with it. I think I must have figured that out last night. Oh boy. One more, y'all. And then I am going to skedaddle, because we are having shrimp burritos and French fries. And I have to go get the French fries. While there's still some light outside. Jump on my scooter and rev it up, vroom, vroom, and go 8 miles per hour all the way next door. He was telling about me returning me on. I'll finish that off before I go wake up. That might take a couple more rows, but it should be okay. I go to return the yarn. There's none of what I need on the shelf. So I grabbed this one, which was closest to it, and I picked up another skein. I think I hid the other one. But it's peachy. Now look at this. It looks like sherbet. It looks like strawberry and orange sherbet. And the name of it is Serene. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's pink. Yeah, it's like, it goes from like a real light bubblegummy pink to like a raspberry, almost a light raspberry. And then this is just like pure orange sherbet. It's like the what was it, the dreamsicle? Who did not love the dreamsicle? If you don't have your Fanta orange soda with your vanilla ice cream, are you kidding me right now? This, oh, it just looks delicious. It just looks, oh. But I have a peach shawl. I just couldn't pass it up. It was calling me. It really was. But anyway, I went to customer service, explained to the young lady that, and had my receipt, showed her my receipt, told her that I had paid for my yarn and that I unfortunately did not take it home. And she says, well, I still have to go to the register. And I said, I have this one instead. She said, I still have to go, run it through the register. Well, if I'm not returning anything, but times have changed. I didn't argue with her. So then she starts looking in the bins, and she says, if you left it at the register, it should be in one of these bins. I said, well, I did come early yesterday. And she said, oh, so it might have gone back to the floor. I said, it may have. So then she picks up her little device, the scanner, and she puts the barcode in, which is, I'm going to tell you about that too. She puts the UPC number in, and she says, So there were none on the shelf when you went back there? I said, no ma'am. When I went back there yesterday, there were 5 on the shelf. I picked up one, brought it up to the front, paid for it, and when I went back today to get it, there were none. She said, that's strange because we sold 5 yesterday. What happened in the meantime, in between time, is when I explained to her that I did not take it home, the young lady that rung me up was right at the register across from customer service, and she yells out, she got her yarn yesterday. And I'm like, I'm not talking loud enough for you to hear me way over there. So how do you know why I'm here? I didn't come by you close enough for you to see what I had in my basket. So how do you know why I'm here? She got her yarn yesterday. I made sure I put it in the bag and she left with it. Okay. And the young lady showed her. She said, well, yesterday there were 5 in stock and all 5 sold. I think she wanted my yarn, y'all. But the messed up thing about the UPC number is that this and the gnome that I got have the exact same UPC number. But I told her the name of what I got as well. So I think that's what helped, because mantra is not known. It's not. Last night. Have you ever had a song on your mind that just like really stayed on your mind, and it's like for days, sometimes weeks? So I had someone recently tell me, when that happens, you need to pay attention to that song. There's a message in that song. So I keep pulling it up on YouTube and looking at it and getting the lyrics to come up on screen. I've even written them down to try to figure out if it's a coded message in it or something. I'll close my eyes and listen to it to see if I get a certain feeling. Like I said, I believe in high frequency and good energy. I do. I think that's how we are all supposed to function. So I can't shake that song. I can't. And I think it gets interrupted because in looking for it on YouTube, I always run across Together Again by Janet Jackson. And about a year before my mom passed, I pulled up that song we were on our way to Florida, and I kept repeating that song. I did it like 5 or 6 times. And she said, very bluntly, my mother was very blunt. She was like, when I die, that's your song to me. You'll think of me every time you hear that song. She is so right. I can hear a snippet of the song, and I have to go back and listen to the entire song. Yeah. That's and it's fitting of both of us, because my mother's favorite song was Respect by Aretha Franklin. That was her absolute favorite. I grew up to music of that era. Well, I mean, I was born in 63. So that was popular music for her during that time. With me just being a kid, I was still into the Nash Rambler song. You know, the horn went beep, beep, beep. I was into those, and the Chipmunks and those types of things. Yeah, and commercials. But my mom was she was very into her music, and would dance all the time, and invited me to dance with her, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. But when Boyz II Men came out with A Song for Mama, I went in my mother's room and sang it to her one day. And the difference between the songs is A Song for Mama is a song dedicated to a mom still here. If you listen to the lyrics, and he says, "I never go a day without my mama." There are underlying tones of the mother or mother figure passing away, but it seems more apparent that she's here because you're actually singing the song to her. But it's a very slow song. It's a very touching song. It's an emotional song. But Together Again is very upbeat. It's very perky, but when you listen to the word, if you really, really listen to the words, every time I hear it, I'm now dancing in a chair because I can't stand up and dance like I want to. I miss dancing, y'all. And the tears will just be running. Just be running. I miss that lady so much. My youngest daughter looks so much like her. We all look like my mama. And me and my kids look like my daddy too. I have a brother who wears his hair bald or very close cut and a goatee. And when I discovered that I had siblings and I saw his picture, I did a collage of him and I together, and I put his goatee on me, and I used to wear braids with beads a lot, and I put my braids on him, and doggone if we didn't look like twins. Me and my brother look like twins. It's amazing. His daughter and my oldest daughter could be twins. Yep. They look just alike. Alright, y'all, I have done 15 rows. I need to go wake my baby up and go to the store because it is starting to get dark outside. And even though I have a light on my scooter, people get irritated and short-patiented. They exhibit lack of patience in the summertime. And I don't want to get hit. So, I will talk to you guys later. Tell that image in the mirror, I love you. And know that I love you too. I'll be back soon.